after remaking everything a couple of times and sorting things out, I've got a little bit done on this thing. This is the 10th day. I have all the parts cut for it. And once I get on this, it's going to go together very quickly. This is the fuselage crutch. It seems like it's coming out lighter than the other one. I know it's coming out a lot better because I've really taken my time to make it perfect. So, need to glue in this this piece here. This is the cowl mount right here. Kind of boxes this whole nose piece up really solid. I mean, this thing is like a bat now. It's, you know, solid. And with the beam here, basically this is the whole airplane. We're ready to go right now. I mean, once I set this on the bench and set this up, that's it. I mean, beam wing airplanes build really quick. I mean, you're building the wing and the fuselage all in one piece. RC Fred, hey. Let me glue this piece in here. I'm going to, tonight on this stream, I'm going to line it up and make the bulkheads for back here. Let's zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I suppose that's good enough. I got to get this place cleaned up. I keep saying it, but I never do it. Too busy working on stuff. But gonna have to take some time. I think Steve is supposed to come over tomorrow. We'll give a progress update on his toy when he's here. I'll give you a weight on this fuselage here as soon as I get the two bulkheads in it. This holds the cowl on. You want to make sure it's on there pretty damn secure. You know, I don't know what you guys want to see. You've seen me build 3 of these already this within the last couple of months. Can't say this year because the year changed over, but thank you, Gary. He'll be there. Okay, Steve. And this is some of my finest work here. So, I mean, I haven't made any super glaring errors on this one. So let's pull that together. I didn't check that. Oh well, we'll have to cut it in there if it's wrong. So I only run 3 bulkheads in my airplane. I don't put this bulkhead in until after the wing is built because the bulkhead sits on top of the trailing edge and just ahead of the trailing edge on the upside, on the top side. Then I split the difference, and then one at the leading edge of the stabilizer. Uh, August and the Nats and the Worlds this year ought to be some good flying because it's going to be in August when the wind is laid down. We're going to use this goofy bell crank in this one. This is a Traxler bell crank. It's carbon. So we'll try that. It's about the same weight as the other ones. Can't see through them things. It's almost dry. So we'll draw a center line on this, mark a center line on that, pull it together, and that's my fuselage. And then tomorrow, I can clear the table off here, lay it up, and have it together. The whole thing will be together. Need to make some tip ribs. But it should be okay. Man, all I know is this last bout of whatever I had really killed me. Feeling better now, though. Yeah, I knew it was off. How the hell did I do that? Doesn't really much matter, but just looks funny. We'll fix it. As soon as that's dry, I'll sand that little spot. I want everything to be the finishing process. It's in white right now. It doesn't have trim on it. Everybody's been asking me about that. I'll get to the trim in a bit, so it's not finished. It's just white. So you haven't missed anything. I will get to that here shortly. I don't know why I didn't check this before I put it on here. This was out of square. This piece here was out of square. It wasn't parallel. So I'll just make it square. Could have left it like that. Wouldn't have bothered anything. Except it bothered me. I'm gonna try to make this extra special for the gnats. Extra special. Yo! Okay, everything is square, tight. Uh, hey, Fred, thank you. Super chat. Yay. Second one of the year. We're not doing so good. We got phenolic pads in this one. Now, I'll probably run a carbon tank or a fiberglass tank that I make, but this is set up just in case so that I can run a plunk tank. It's an RST-8. The tank goes all the way back. So with the 3/4 inch extension on the engine, it's moved back, and the tank has moved back all the way, well, it's moved back 1.5 inches inside the leading edge, so almost to the center of gravity. Now you can only do this with light airplane, because the heavier it gets, the more tail heavy it's going to get, and the more you're going to have to move everything up front. But because I built so many of these, I know that it's going to be extremely nose heavy. So we're going to move shit around a little bit more. So instead of adding weight, learn how to take weight off or move weight around, whatever you got to do. Okay. You're going to make a little fuselage jig here. Okay. We need this pen. So we drew a line on the glass. Make the fuselage symmetrical. You don't want a banana. I have built some banana fuselages until I learned how to jig things up and lay things out, and it really didn't matter, it just looked funny. It didn't really hurt the performance of the airplane. You get enough people go, hey, why does it look like a banana? You figure it out. So I need to make a mark back here. We have 2 3/4, so it's going to be 1.5, 1 5/8. Is that right? 1 5/8. That's 1 5/8. Let's check it out here. Two 3/4 divide by 2, 1 3/8. That right? Don't look right. Two 3/4, 1 3/8. That don't look right. It is though. One, 2 3/8, right there. So I have a mark right here that goes on the line, and a mark right there that goes on the line. Probably should zoom back, I guess. Zoom out. We're going to use a piece of 16th for the tail post. So that goes on the line. And that goes on the line. We need some little triangles. Make these up right now. Need 4 of these. So that's 2 of these. Hmm. Okie dokie. I think I've shown the jig how to jig this up at least 50 times on this channel. What is with these stupid tips? We'll do it on this one right here. This damn thing's plugged again. Like it's unbelievable. Yeah, I hear my old lady's home. Yeah, of course we got this glued to the bench now. Yeah. Okay, this holds it on the bench square, parallel, whatever. And then you come to the tail post, you put it on the line and pinch it together and glue it. We're going to use a piece of 16th, I think, as a tail post. Anything handy would be okay. What do we got here? That ain't it. Oh, shit. Here we go. Piece of scrap 16th. I cut us a tail post. That's all there is to it. Bit of a learning curve. Not really. It's easiest stuff to work with. There we go, right there. So, whack this off here. Yeah, great. Is that Jeff or Annie? I like NCIS. I like the old ones better, but okay, so yeah, that's right. Lots of sanding. So now take a look at it. Straight as an arrow. It looks good. Let's see what it weighs. Who's got the guess for the weight of this? It's lighter than the other one, I could tell you that right now. So let's make some bulkheads here. We need to figure out where our I'm going to figure out where the stabilizer is going to go. Okay. So we've been coming out extremely nose heavy. We can stretch it up just a little bit. We're going to stretch it up a quarter of an inch. 16. Making sure we're going to have, oh yeah, we'll have enough room there. We'll have enough. What the heck did I have happen there? Where did I make this? 17 maybe. What is that measurement? I had it laid out for something else. Had it laid out at 17. Well, do I make it 17 or 16 and a half? I think we'll go for 17. If I go for 17 and it hangs over 4 inches, the rudder yeah, this one's not as long, so that's good. Yeah, in the 60s, huh? It's in the 20s here. Ain't gonna be no flying for a while. Not for us. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna split the difference. I said 16 and a half. I got it marked at 17. I'm gonna make it 16 3/4. 16 3/4. And John says I need to document all the changes I'm making on this thing. What did I have for that? 4 inches, right? Yep. I'm going to put all the swoopy doos in this too, just because I think they look cool. Hopefully I can do a better job of everything on this. I got 3 airplanes under my belt. I should be able to, after being home, I should be able to do a better job. Okay, let's cut this up so I don't screw it up. Yeah, well, Fresno's not that cold compared to where I'm from. I'm from the Salton Sea. And the Salton Sea, 210 foot below sea level, I've seen it as hot as 131 in the shade. Of course, I have seen some pretty cold nights. These people keep talking about global warming. They don't know what warming is. We had stick lizards. Yep, it's cut out on the right side. That's the top. This is the top. I have made that mistake before, though. So I said it was 16 3/4. So $16 3/4. 4 inches. This particular airplane here, I'm not going to do like I'm not going to do like I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and build the fuselage 100%, then cut it apart and put the wing in it. You'll see what I mean. You know, the last ones I did on camera to show you how quick they build up. And I went right from this stage to building the wing. Well, I kind of beat up the center ribs when I do it that way. So I'm going to put the nose block on, get it shaped, put the turtle deck, get it shaped, get the bottom cowl or bottom block on, or there's going to be a molded piece. And when I get ready to put this together, I'll cut the top and bottom off of it, glue it to the table, and then go from there. Now you ask, why am I cutting this before I do anything? Well, I got to know where this last bulkhead goes. There it is. It's going to be a little tight back here, but it should be okay. I might open that up again now that I look at that, because that is going to be tight there. We might, instead of a 16th, we'll put an 1/8 in there instead. So I don't have to have a wart on the outside of the fuselage. Build and design on the fly. So I got a 16th in there now. If I cut another 16th, we could do that. Had it. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just use an 8th and cut that one out. And of course, I already. It don't matter because I already sanded them flat. I just need to make them parallel. Yes, how do I know I'm gonna get it straight? When these are parallel, the fuselage will be straight. I need to hold it between my knees though. Just put a drop on it and we'll check it out. We shall see. If not, I'll have to put some more wedges down and redo it. Nope, right on the money. Well, gotta get wood. I'll be real surprised if I ever see any of these Vipers. For those who, the Viper plans are for sale if you guys want them. There have been a few sets sold, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6. The real fast building airplane, the real easy airplane to build, really. So now we need this. It is 1 1/8 wide. What do we want to use? I want to use scrap. I know that for sure. We'll use this. This is 5-pound wood. What did I say? 1 1/8? Yep. One and an eighth. I think it's going to be wide enough. Yeah, it is. Now, when you make these bulkheads, make sure the grain is cross grain. You don't want to make it with a grain going up and down like this. You want to make it with going from side to side. Just got my stunt news today. First one I've ever got. Looks like I won a few contests last year. You want that to go in right at the leading edge of the stab. We'll get it squared up here in a second. Now let's make another one. So between there and there is how long? You want it right in the middle of that. Between there and there is 12 and a half, so 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Make a mark. 6 I can't operate with that big old stick. 6 1/4. Six and a quarter. Okay, we measure across there and we got cut another bulkhead. One and 7/8, a little on the heavy side. So 1 and 7/8 plus a pencil. 1 and 7/8. Right there. I need to go to the hardware store and buy some 4-inch foam so I can make some new mold bucks for this. Because it's going to be a different shape than the other one. Slightly. So, yep, too much. Too much. You can tell when you have it the right width because it'll knock your bulkhead out if you try to spread it. Got to just slide in there. A couple more swipes with the paper. Not much. So. That's it. Now I just need to put some holes in it. Where are we at? 52. We're not gonna get much more done tonight. But we did get it glued together. A couple of bulkheads put in. The next bulkhead is a strange one. It sits on the bottom, on top. It's on the bottom, right in the middle of the trailing edge, so that it supports the fuselage on the bottom to the trailing edge. And on the top, it's a box. It's not really a bulkhead. It's one up, one over, and one down. So you can use 1/8 inch, one down, one down, 1/4 inch wide, 1/8 inch to brace that up, and then your canopy backrest, whatever, sits on top of that. And the canopy comes to here, and the rest of this is nose block. Now I ended up getting some 3.5 pound 1-inch block that I can whittle the nose out of. That's the same stuff that I cut the new leading edges out of. This is not wide enough because it's had 2 inches cut off of it, or inch cut off of it. That should be plenty. We'll get a nice round top on this one. I'm just kind of tweaking and refining what the VIPER looks like. It's still a VIPER. It's just with a little more modern twist. Might change the rudder shape just a little, make it longer, leaner, So I don't know what I'm going to call this. It'll be a VIPER derivative. It's a giant nobler. That's what we got here. How many ways can you put a wing on a fuselage? I think we're going to change from this big old rudder to a rudder that's more along the lines of my profile. What did I do? Must be on the bench here somewhere. There it is. If you look at the slope of this, it needs to be this shape, but this height. Maybe not quite this high. I'll cut a new stencil or draw it out on paper to see what I like, but I really like this shape over this shape. All right, we're coming up on our hour. You guys got any questions? It's almost done. I can see it already. I can see it together now. I need to mold a top turtle deck and a bottom block and start getting my cowl together. Make a nose ring. Like I say, I'm gonna do this fuselage in hand. I'll have a completed fuselage in hand before I cut it apart and put it on the bench. That thing is laser straight. That's great, and it's light, 5 ounces. It's about an ounce lighter on this fuselage than it was on the 52 ounce Viper. So we're shooting for 48. I gotta keep that goal in mind. I gotta make that 48 ounce mark. I might try to get Japanese tissue on this one. Of course, then again, maybe not. Because I guess I could use polyspan, but that'd probably add an ounce to it. I don't know. Alrighty, guys. Like, subscribe, and share if you like the content. If you don't like the content, you can make your own video. You know, I'd be happy to watch it. That's about all I got for this evening. And cut lightning holes in what? It's already light as the least amount of wood you can get on an airplane in this thing. No, I'm going to run with the inch and a quarter ribs again. The wingspan on this instead of 58 is 59 inches. The change on the length is the nose is 9 3/4 instead of 10, and the tail moment instead of 16 1/4 is 16 3/4. All right, Steve, no problem. So it looks like we got to go for Steve. He'll be here tomorrow, so we'll get to laugh at. I mean, we'll get to see what he's doing tomorrow. All righty. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.